of the biggest concerns that you're hearing from other laundry owners and other folks in the industry that you talk to? What are store owners concerned about these days?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that kind of always seem to come back.
Yeah.
And I feel that some people are concerned with the growth of the franchise models that are coming in.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and I understand why they're concerned. I don't have a problem with the franchise model. And honestly, if there was a franchise model when I was looking, I probably would have been looking at that more serious because I know somebody would have been holding my hand to kind of guide me through the process.
Right.
And I looked at buying a franchise, completely different business
Yeah.
at that time.
Hmm.
A few of them, a few different franchises, but so I don't see an issue with it. But I think some people are just concerned about the growth, like
Right.
and how fast they want to grow, and I think they're concerned about oversaturation and things like that.
Hmm.
The other thing that I hear about is the cost of equipment is one thing of new washers and dryers and just all laundry equipment really,
Hmm.
but then also not really knowing like the starting point of what a washer dryer costs. So I think not really having a full disclosure from your
Right.
distributor of what an MSRP is. Like when you
Hmm.
go to buy a car, you're like, oh, I know this car is 30,000. And you know
Yeah.
that that's kind of the starting point. And you can, of course, add things to it that makes it cost more, or
Sure.
maybe you can negotiate a little bit and get it down a little bit. I think in the industry, it's not really known where you're starting and ending. So that I
Hmm.
think just creates a little bit of friction that
Hmm.
by simply having a starting point, I think would eliminate a lot of that because it would just create a baseline where
Right.
everybody could be like, okay, this is the starting point. This washer's 10 grand. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, if I add the cart system and
Hmm.
the high extraction speed or whatever, like it gets more money. But
Hmm.
so at least that way you kind of have a baseline. So I think that whenever somebody is retooling or something like that,
Hmm.
there's all these like text messages or they're posting on Facebook or something like, I don't even know if I'm getting a good deal or this place is higher, this place is low. And
Yeah.
people are kind of all over the place. And it is hard to trust people when you don't know, like, where are we starting from? So I think that's a concern that I'm hoping the industry will eventually get to that where we at least have some sort of disclosure of an MSRP, a suggested retail price. So
Right. Right. Addressing a little bit of that blurred area, that little the fuzziness of it. Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't think anybody has a problem. Like I want my distributor, and I have a great distributor.
Hmm.
Bill Dorner has been with RJ Cool, and these guys been around forever,
Hmm.
and he's a great, honest guy. And I lucked out having a guy like that.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't have those issues, and I really trust him and things like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think just having that, it- people, trying to earn that trust, and when you're first meeting somebody, they don't really know what that baseline is. So I think that would kind of help out a little bit. But
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. No, absolutely.